Hello, everyone, and welcome to Exploring Cinema. I'm Nate,
And I'm Dylan.
and today we are back with another Criterion Hall video because
Yes.
every time there's a 50% off sale, I cannot help myself.
Mm-hmm.
You were
I
constrained
ex-
this
I
time.
exercised restraint this
Yeah,
time.
I'm
Just
proud of you.
yeah, thanks. Only
I,
only because yeah, I wish I could have. I definitely had some that I had my eye on, but it just wasn't the right time. But the next one that comes around, I will strike.
I think the next one is Barnes & Noble 50% off again in November.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Right,
That's
I
right around the
think.
corner.
I'm not 100% sure, but if it's not November, then it's December, so it's right around the corner. This was
Mhm.
just a 24-hour flash sale on their website, and I should let you know, since I'm having surgery soon, I might need you to drive me to the Barnes& and Noble sale if it is in November.
I mean, that's what friends are for. I
Right.
can do that for you.
Yeah, and I
That's
can kinda give you an excuse to just join me on this
Mhm.
venture.
Oh, and I can give you an excuse to buy me a couple as a sign of gratitude.
Oh, yeah, a couple. A ride is
Yeah.
worth that much t okay, we'll negotiate that off off
No,
air
yeah,
here.
that sounds
But
fun.
I grabbed nine more.
9.
Technically, it ended up being 10 because I did 9 because it pushed me into getting a $50 gift card
Mm,
from their site, which I then immediately
uh,
used. That's another shipment which I haven't gotten yet, but that one I used my $50 gift card on the Before trilogy, which I've been eyeing for a very long time, and is usually about $100, and it was half off, and then the gift
mhm.
card, and snagged it basically for free, which
Yeah,
was amazing because those are
worth
three
it.
of my favorite movies ever made, and the box set looks incredible.
Nice.
But to dive into what I grabbed this time, we're gonna start with I got 3 horror movies, and
Cool.
since it's still October, I figure we can start with those. The first one,
Ooh,
Night of the Living Dead, which
classic.
amazing artwork.
Yes, yes.
I think, and there are a ton of special features on here. This is also the 4K edition, so I
Interesting.
might be watching this tonight on
Okay.
my 4K TV with my 4K Blu-ray player because,
Yeah, why
that's what I
not?
got it for.
Mhm. Yeah, it's that time of year. George
Yeah,
Romero would want you to see it in 4K. That's awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah, I bet that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, I'm
Some
really
cool
excited to dive back
features,
into
I'm
that one.
sure.
I've only seen it once, and I really liked it, but I kind of feel like it could go up watching this a
Mhm,
second time. So I'm
mhm.
excited to dive back into Night of the Living Dead. The second
Nice.
the second one is a movie that I hadn't seen until last week, and I specifically watched it the night that they announced the flash sale because I was like, God, am I gonna want this movie or not? Like, I don't know if I like it yet.
Yeah.
So I grabbed The Innocents
Wow.
from
Okay.
1961, based on the Henry James novella or novel Turn of the Screw,
Mhm.
which is also what the Mike Flanagan Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix is based on.
Oh,
So this
yes,
is
okay,
just
you
a
had mentioned
movie,
that.
and my goodness, it is phenomenal.
That good, huh?
I think it's one of the best ghost movies I've ever seen.
Wow, that is really high praise
Great
from you.
black and white. The acting's phenomenal. The cinematography is amazing. It has one like A plus jump scare in it. And it's
Really?
not really that kind of movie for the most part. So when there is one, it's like more shocking.
Okay.
So yeah, that's The
Alright.
Innocents from 61. You got to check this one out.
Is that on the, app? Is it on
No, it's not.
Criterion? Oh, okay. Might have to
You
borrow
can
that
borrow
from you.
this from me if you want.
Okay.
It reminded me a bit of The Haunting.
Yeah,
Kind of
the
same
original.
era, black and white. That's based off the Shirley Jackson novel Haunting of Hill House.
Mhm.
And I think you like The Haunting slightly more than I did.
I did, yeah.
So I think if you like The Haunting, you'll probably be into
Okay.
The Innocents. And
Cool.
then finally had to pull the trigger on this one as well, which is
Whoa,
Silence
sick
of the
cover.
Lambs.
Sick cover.
Yeah, great artwork and lots of special features on here as well,
Mhm.
which is a lot of the times what I'm looking for when I purchase some of these, especially movies that I already own on like Vudu or something.
What are some of the special features on Silence of the Lambs?
There are some. It looks like there are a lot of like cast and director interviews,
Okay.
audio commentary featuring Jonathan Demme, the director, Jodie
Mhm.
Foster, and Anthony Hopkins, and the screenwriter Ted Talley, and former FBI agent John Douglas.
Ooh.
So that seems pretty cool. 38 minutes of deleted scenes.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. So this looks pretty legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And I just rewatched this a couple weeks ago too to kind of cement. I was like, yeah, I want this one.
Good call.
So those were the 3 horror movies I got.
Okay.
So sticking with 4K, movie I discovered a few months ago, which was an instant 5-star movie for me, and that is In the Mood for Love. Wong Kar-wai. Had to get the 4K of this. It is one of the best looking movies I've ever seen. So I need to experience this in the highest possible resolution.
Yeah, it's still languishing on my
Mhm.
watch list.
And now I've hyped it up too.
I know. Now you've really set the bar very high, as if it wasn't high enough. But I need to find time for that soon.
Yeah, definitely. And then one of, I think, the best hidden gems of the 2010s, indie movie Pariah.
Oh, yeah, nice. I saw
Directed by
that
Dee
one.
Rees. A lot of really cool special features on here too, kind of a cast reunion and some critic stuff on here that looks really interesting. I love this movie to death. And this is, again, just if people aren't as familiar with this one, because so far I've kind of hit The Innocents is a little less known, but for the most part, kind of sharing more well-known movies. But Pariah, directed by Dee Rees, is fantastic. You've seen this one, right?
I have, on your recommendation, and
Yep.
you were right. It was very good, and definitely like a deep cut, a recent like good indie that's a deep cut that I like recommending to people or bring up to people because I feel like nobody has seen it.
Absolutely.
Nobody on earth has seen it.
It's also only 86 minutes.
Yeah, flies by.
Yeah, which Scorsese has no idea how to do that anymore.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, we'll get that review up soon, I'm sure.
So then we got 4 more here.
Okay.
And this one, I love the cover art for this. And this is The Fisher King.
Yes, you have told me about this. I have not seen it.
This was one of those movies that the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, it's good, but it didn't blow me away or anything. And then like 2 days later, I was just like, God, I really want to watch that movie again.
Interesting.
I don't quite know why. And then I watched it a second time and I loved it.
Really?
It's phenomenal. Jeff Bridges, Robin Williams.
I saw that.
I
Interesting
think
pairing.
part of it too is just kind of still being able to discover for myself Robin Williams like all-time performance that I hadn't seen was really fun. Particularly with the type of character he plays in this movie. I think it works really well and the acting's great. It's strange for sure. It's a Terry Gilliam movie, and I think that's part of why first watch I was like, okay, it's good, but it's kind of weird. But second watch,
after seeing Brazil, I definitely want to check out another Terry Gilliam
for sure. And I was kind of, because I love Brazil, but I don't like 12 Monkeys very much. So I was sort of like, okay, I got one great one and one where I was kind of on. Yeah. But then Fisher King, definitely right up there with Brazil for me. So
hell yeah,
really good. And then this one might just be the coolest one that I bought. And this is
yes,
The Princess Bride in 4K. And they've got just this really cool, I'll try to show you, like it's kind of a book.
Okay. Yep.
At the beginning with some really interesting cover art.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't read through that yet. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Okay.
But I mean, that's one of like easily in my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
I'm surprised it took that long for you to get that one.
Well, they didn't release it until like last year, and then it was just on Blu-ray, and then it sold out like really quickly. I bought it for my parents for Christmas, but then when I saw they were reissuing it again as 4K, I was like, it's time. Yeah. I had my first shot, I missed it, and they're giving me another chance here, and I got to grab it. So then 2 left, and you and I have watched these next 2 movies together, and I think you're the only person I know who's actually seen these 2 movies.
Okay, well, I'm very intrigued now.
Yes. So the first one is Phoenix.
Oh, yes.
By Christian Petzold.
Interesting.
I like this a little more like than you did for sure. You liked it.
But I definitely, I mean, it's impossible not to appreciate how well made it is when you see it.
Yeah, and how well acted.
Click for you completely, and then that ending is just.
Oh my god! I described it to my dad as like, you hear about movies that have great endings, and sometimes that can kind of set you up for a little bit of a fall, or you just kind of spend the whole time like waiting for something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we had heard about Phoenix. And in my opinion, the ending even exceeded those expectations.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it did something that I just never imagined it would or could do.
Yeah.
And it's so subtle
Mm-hmm.
and like not showy.
That's the thing.
And
It's like it works so well even when you know it's coming because it's like you're looking for it. You're looking for it. It's like, all right, where's this ending that everyone
and
loves
then
so
you're
much?
and then
It
it's kind
just
of like it already happened.
quietly it creeps up behind you, and then it's just like, here I am, and you're like, oh my god, like,
Yeah.
you did it. Like,
Like the jump scare in the innocence.
yeah. Ooh, okay. God, yeah, you're really hyping that movie up now.
I am, and maybe a little too much, but you like The Haunting a lot, so I really think you're gonna dig The Innocents.
Okay.
It's a really good old like 1800s English country house ghost story.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, one of the greatest crime movies ever made. I had to grab High and
Yes.
Low.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
I mean, that one is, I think,
Yeah. Now that you've
easily number one for me if I'm recommending a Kurosawa movie to someone who's never seen one, who's like our age.
Yeah, yeah. Not the samurai stuff, just kind of
Right.
the modern day at the time, but like, detective story. That's
Exactly.
yeah, a little more accessible.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, we've seen quite a few Kurosawa movies now, and it's, we might get some backlash for even just admitting this, but we did not like Seven Samurai that much. But then High and Low really like brought it right back as far as like
You and
Kurosawa
I
goes.
weren't huge on I mean, we liked Seven Samurai, but
Yeah,
didn't really think it was like greatest movie of all time level.
yeah,
We didn't really care for Rashomon
yeah.
much at
Split on.
all. I mean,
Hmm.
there's a difference for me in my mind between Rashomon, which I just straight up didn't really like,
Hmm.
versus Seven Samurai, which was good,
Yeah.
but just I think maybe a little overhyped.
Hmm.
But High and Low, um, amongst like a couple others that we
Hmm.
just fell in love with immediately.
Yeah. Super well done.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, that's quite the haul, sir. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling
Feeling
great. I
feeling
might have
great?
to go watch Night of the Living Dead like right now.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one to start with. I think
Well,
let's watch the scary ones while we're still right around
that's what I
Halloween
think.
here.
Also, because it's in 4K and because I'm getting surgery soon and I'll
Hmm.
basically be spending after the next 2 nights the rest of the month at my parents' place
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
the first like 5 nights after I recover
Yeah.
from old man hip surgery. Um, and so if I have this in 4K, like I want to watch it on my TV,
For sure.
you
For
know?
sure. Yeah.
Where the
Get
other
that
ones
up
I could just
now
bring with me to my parents' place probably and
and
you
watch
know.
on their normal standard HD TV.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Come on. I'm surprised they haven't stepped that up yet.
I mean, right. If I got the 4K version, I got to watch it on the 4K TV. And it's October, so it kind of feels like Night of
I'd
the
bring
Living Dead should be
I'd
watched.
bring that TV over if I'm going to be there for that long.
Yeah, take it off the wall,
you know,
mount it to their
sacrifices are gonna
wall.
have to be made, Nate. I don't know if you've wrapped your head around that, but
Yeah, I bring everything with me. I mount it to their wall, and then we take it down. We bring it back here, and then since
yes,
I'm sort of hobbled, other people have to do it for me.
which I would do for you, and we could
Okay,
probably
good to
twist
know.
Adam's arm,
Yeah,
and then it becomes a delightful story that we reminisce on later.
exactly.
Hmm. Well, yeah, no, those are all great selections. I would say, yeah, there's a few in there that I want you to wait that I would like to see or just borrow from you. Um, but yeah, Night of the Living Dead I've seen a few times, and just let me know
Yeah,
what you think of the 4K.
yeah, for sure. And I mean, now that I have it, like, I'd love to watch In the Mood for Love again.
Okay,
And I've
yeah.
got the 4K version of that. But yeah, what were one or two that stood out to you that you hadn't seen yet that you'd want to watch?
Well, definitely in the mood for love, and then
Yeah,
the ghost story one that you've
The
hyped up
Innocents.
immensely,
Yeah,
The Innocence, and then I feel like the Terry Gilliam as well because
The
the other
Fisher King.
movies
Yeah,
I could watch with most people, but after the Brazil experience of watching that
right.
with you, I was like, Terry Gilliam is not for everybody, but I know that like it's like you get it, we get it, and so
Mhm.
I want to watch that one with you. So save that one
Yeah.
for me.
So those two, In the Mood for Love and Fisher King, I have on 4K. So we should
Okay,
watch those over
sweet.
here.
Yeah.
I can. The Innocents is just regular old Blu-ray, so you can just borrow that one
Okay.
whenever
Okay.
you want.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
All right. Well, this is fun. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining me for this instead of just kind of having
No,
me
yeah.
recap them all alone, which I could have done,
Live
but
reaction.
this is more enjoyable.
For sure. For sure. And be on the lookout for our review of Killers of the Flower Moon, which will be coming soon.
Yeah, but that'll be over on our Speak Film and Enter channel, which there is a link for at the top of this channel as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this was fun. I guess is it your turn to put a wrap on the show?
It is.
Take it away.
I just want you to feel you're doing well. I hate for people to die embarrassed.